Hi, my name is Darren Joseph from HTJ.tax. We're the team that seeks to demystify that sometimes confusing world of international tax. Today we have the honor and privilege of speaking with Christophe. Christophe, can you please introduce yourself?
First of all, thank you for having me, Darren. So I'm Christophe Nomads. I'm a French citizen based in Singapore for over 10 years now. And I'm specializing in wealth management, exactly wealth protection and wealth mobility in gold investment.
Fantastic. Let's refer to a recent tangible example that's still quite vivid in our recent memory, which is the recent pandemic.
Yes, it's good that we are talking about this because actually during the pandemic that we could put all things together and see how the service was needed and how we could really create it.
Right.
I will take a concrete example for that. During the pandemic, for some reasons, you had people who were blocked of being able to, not some people, most of us actually, we were blocked of being able to go to another countries. You had families. I'm talking about the husband was out of the country but could not enter back in the country because of the pandemic. I said we were blocked, right? Because you have no more economical links between the countries. And it was very interesting to see when you think that we are in a globalized world, right? We never thought about, how it's possible that tomorrow the world is stopping economically. We never thought about that, but this happened. And what happened, it's had some clients which were in Canada, and they were worried and actually threatened that they could lose their bank account, or they even, to some extent, they were talking about losing their nationality if you were not following all the guidelines that the government was putting. And it came like that. How am I able to still be free, having my own opinions, and traveling as I want without being impacted by government decisions? And we worked on that. And how do we work on that? The first thing was financially to be able to transport mobility of your wealth. You go to any country, your wealth is there. And this is how we came with this idea. It's also because we realize that you have many investments, and usually we talk about real estate, for example. But if you are in a real estate investment perspective, tomorrow, if you want to go to another country, you cannot take your house, right? Or it will take time if you want to sell it, or you might even lose money. So you might have to go to another country, and your investment is stuck in your former country. How to be able and be sure that you are not losing this wealth just by going to another place is by investing in gold. And why gold? It's because gold is fungible. You could say, I can invest in diamonds, right? But from a place to another place, the price of diamond can change. You can say, I will invest here, I will buy my jewelries. But from a place to another place, the price of jewelries will change. So that does not change. It's when you have a globalized market, and gold, you have a globalized market price. It's very easy to say that from Europe to Singapore to America, you will still have the same wealth because the price is uniform.
Right. Absolutely correct. It was a very, very incredible moment in history, at least in recent history, where depending on your situation, you were separated from friends and family or separated from your wealth. So you saw a need for, first of all, complete diversification. You needed not just to have a second residency or citizenship, but one in a jurisdiction that you would have felt comfortable, and access to basically your life. If it is that you're blocked from returning to, for example, myself, I was in Indonesia. So right now I'm in Singapore. We're both in Singapore. So I was in Indonesia when things were kind of getting more and more complicated. And the day before I was due to return to Singapore, the border shut. So Singapore shut its airport, understandably, but that's what they did. Had I not had another residence, another citizenship, another physical residence, I would have been stuck. How long do you stay in a hotel, etc. Fortunately, in my case, I had another place to go. I went back to the US. I have a home there. I have clothes. I have access to banking, etc., etc. So I could resume my life and I can continue working. At the same time, a lot of my wealth, my situation is tied to Singapore. In a case like that, we had situations where people, for example, if you lost your bank card, wherever you were, how do you get access to your banking had you not a bank account in a different jurisdiction? If you didn't have a cell phone plan that allowed you to be outside for an extended period of time, etc., and we know see your cell phone is tied to your bank, etc. You're looking for access to wealth, you're looking for a physical place to go to, and you want to be comfortable and continue your quality of life. And I think you've hit the nail on the head. That's a solution that people are looking for. Simply having another residency in your back pocket is not enough. You land in that jurisdiction. Where do you live? Where's your wealth? Can you make phone calls? Can you drive? Do you have a driver's license? Can you resume your quality of life? That is the question. And having more than one option in cases where borders are closed or they may have policies that you may not be comfortable with. Absolutely. That's where we are. Christoph, thank you very much for sharing some of your time and expertise. If people want to reach you, what's the best way to find you?
If you want to reach me, the best way will be on LinkedIn, also on our website, gold.com.
That's GAULD.com.
GAULD, exactly. Thank you, bro. GAULD.com. And AU is because this is the symbol of gold, actually.